You know how sometimes your phone battery dies and you plug your device in for the night, but fall asleep before it finishes booting? Then you wake up an hour late because your alarm clock didn't work. What if I told you that you can save your users from this disaster by enabling your apps to run in the new direct boot mode? Direct boot is available on supported devices with API 24 and up, and it lets applications run in a limited environment right after the device boots, before the user has a chance to unlock it for the first time. There are a couple of changes you will have to make to your app to support direct boot, but before you start, first take a moment to decide whether your app should run during this mode. The best candidates are apps that provide timely and important notifications like alarm clocks or messaging clients. Another use case would be applications that implement accessibility services. In any case, once you've made the decision to support direct boot, the next thing to do is figure out which components of your app will run before unlocking. Only components that you explicitly mark with direct boot aware equals true in the manifest will be eligible to run during direct boot. You can listen for the new action locked boot completed broadcast to schedule any jobs or alarms that you need as soon as the device boots. Note that once the user unlocks the device, all apps will still receive the action boot completed broadcast as usual. If you want to directly query the state of the device, you can call user manager is user unlocked or listen for the action user unlocked broadcast from a running component of your app. And finally, the last step to make your app direct boot ready is to move any private app data needed by your direct boot aware components to the new device protected storage area. Now, the default storage area for apps is called the credential protected storage. This is the location that is accessed when you use all the file APIs on the context object and can only be decrypted once the user enters their credentials. To be able to store and read data during direct boot, you have to get and use a device-protected storage context, so that any file-related API calls use the device-protected storage area. If there is any data that previous versions of your app created, or which was restored from automatic backup, and you need to migrate it to the device-protected storage, you can use one of the helper functions for moving shared preferences and databases. Remember to think carefully about what to store in the device-protected storage. All sensitive user data, like full message history, access tokens, and passwords, should go in the credential-protected storage. Only use the device-protected storage area for any information that is absolutely necessary for your app to work while in direct boot. Direct boot mode will be enabled out of the box by default on new devices that come out with API 24 pre-installed. You can test direct boot now if you own a Nexus 5X, Nexus 6P, or a Pixel C. Go into Developer Tools and select Convert to File Encryption. A word of warning though, this will wipe all data on your device. Remember, users are counting on those timely notifications, so build better apps by implementing direct boot now. And check out our playlist for other new features that we're introducing in Android.